Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of KigerCraft with me, Tigorso, and Kiger. Today we are going to work out back here behind the house. We are going to be building a melon farm on this tree back here. So that's the activity for today, but before we do that, we said that we needed to find a slime chunk. And yesterday we found one. We actually used an online tool. We got the seed because we were having a hell of a time trying to find these things. We were having a hard time, so we got a tool and we enter in the seed, and it tells us from the origin of the world where the slime chunks are located, because it's all done mathematically. And actually, we've got some. But right down here, we've got 2 spawning layers, and there's one down here. Oh, there's a big one. And of course, I don't have my sword with me, because I wasn't planning on doing this. There we go. Kieran's helping me. Hose, all of you. But yeah, as you can see, it's actually really productive. We cleared all of this out, made 2 layers, and we have way more slimes than we actually need. So it worked out really well. So if you guys ever need to find slime balls, link in the description. It's actually a really useful tool. You will need to know the seed. So if you're playing on like an SMP server or something like that, and you can't find the seed, then it's not going to work. But it worked out great for us. But if you're doing like single player and stuff like that, it works fantastic. And it was so close to home too, so we were really lucky in that. Okay, so today is going to be quite an interesting episode. If you guys were watching the I think it was the first episode where I said I was not good at redstone. That is still true, but I'm going to be working with redstone today. Me and Girin found a, well, not found, we've actually used this before, but this is our old melon farm that we used to use. It's actually, I think it's a Generikb design. That's who we got it from. Gonna fill this in a little bit here, some leaves. But it's really useful. It's gonna be perpetual, so you can just like AFK, and everything will just fill your inventory if you're standing in the right spot. So, I am going to be trying to build this, and like I said, I'm not good with redstone, but I have some notes here. So today it's going to be mostly me just derping it up, trying to build this thing, which hopefully isn't going to be too embarrassing for me, but we'll see here. I just need to level this out a little bit, because we measured it already, and it's going to be perfectly fine. We need about 8, I think it's 8 wide. Yeah, I think it's 8 wide. And that little dirt block there, that's going to be where our water source is. It's just not actually down there, but just a marker. And there we go. I'm almost out of leaves. I'll just finish. Let's use the rest of these. 4, 5, 6. Oh. Alright. I have more if we need it. Okay, so let's see here. I've got my map here. So we're going to be placing, this is the water source block. It's going to be 1 wide, so we're going to need a bunch of dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 8 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Alright, and got everything I need right here. So no running back. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oops. 3. Alright. Alright, so the water's going to be here. It's going to run down the middle here, and then all of our melons are going to be on this side over here, but there's going to be a bunch of bud switches that we're going to build around to help us push the melons off when they spawn. So let's see, the first one's right here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Dirt, there we go. And then let's see, we need a regular piston, sticky piston. There we go. So this one faces not that way. That is wrong. All right, here we go. All right, it's gonna face this way. There we go. That is correct. All right, and then we need a sticky piston facing up. There we go. See, redstone's not so hard. He said way too early. All right, so we need a block there. I'm gonna boost myself here. And we need a wood block. Get rid of that. There we go. And we're gonna need 2 more boosts. And 1, 2. Get rid of all these. All right. Looking pretty good. Looking good so far. I've got notes here to help me. And this is where the special part comes in. And we'll explain, once I get this built, I'll explain to you how it works, which is actually really super cool. There we go. And I need a repeater. Repeater goes that away. And redstone torch right there. And a dot of redstone right there. All right. So this design is actually really cool. So what you're going to see is you're going to see spots right here. We're going to put like a melon vine right there. And then the melon can't grow back here on this one. So it'll grow here. And then when it does, it will push it out. Just like that. Because this is actually a double bud switch. So both of these pistons right here are buds. And when this bud goes off, it pushes the glass up, which breaks the connection here between this between that repeater and the redstone back here. Okay, there we go. It's working again. And then when that does, blocks don't conduct redstone signal, so it breaks the system and everything resets. And then it becomes a bud again, waiting for the next melon to grow. And there's going to be 8 of these alternating sides. So the next one's going to be right here, and the next one's going to be right here, all the way down till we have 8 of them. So this one here will actually be able to have 2 vines on either side, so it will be twice as efficient as this one. This one's not as good because it's got the limiting factor of the block back there, but the rest of them will be much more efficient. But this is what we're going to be building. So we're going to do that again on the other side over here. So it should be right here. And there we go. So one of the things that I was going to talk about today is LAN games. One of the most disappointing things for me in the last few years in respect to video games has been the absolute lack of LAN support from companies. And now they say, you know, it's because of piracy and whatnot, but you know, it really, even if that were the case, you know, there are so many reasons why not having LAN support is just an absolutely terrible business idea. For instance, I mean, some of you probably remember a little game called StarCraft. It's kind of popular. But the original StarCraft, Blizzard had set up where it was LAN capable. So you could have a LAN game with your friends and, you know, bring everybody over, set up a system, and, you know, game the night away. Well, the cool thing and one of the unique things about it is that not everybody had to have a copy of the game in order to play, which was pretty awesome. All you had to have was, I think it was one retail copy of the game, and then that would allow you to install it on up to, I think, 10 computers. I'm having a little bit of a fuzzy memory because it's been so long. I did most of this stuff when I was in high school. But, you know, it was amazing. We actually loved StarCraft. We played StarCraft a lot in high school because of the LAN capabilities. We would go into the computer labs oops, that's not right. Into the computer labs at lunch, and the teacher would allow us to run StarCraft, and we would have 32 people on a whole bunch of different StarCraft games, all playing with, you know, just a few copies that we had. I had a copy, a couple of my friends had a copy, and that's what we did for many years. I think for 3 years before the administrators found out about it, and they said, nope, we don't want you doing that. But we just did it on a smaller scale so that they wouldn't notice, because it had kind of gotten pretty popular. I mean, there was like, oops, that's in the wrong spot. We had lines for people waiting to get their turn during lunches and things like that, because we would do like quick games and things like that. So yeah, the administrators found out about it, and they weren't terribly happy about it, because, you know, it's violent and, you know, all the stupid stuff. But either way, regardless, the fact that you could install a client and play with friends without having to actually own a copy of the game led to probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 sales for Blizzard of StarCraft, because people would come in and they would try the game and they'd be like, wow, this is cool, I want this game. So they go out and buy, you know, like the battle chest or whatever, and then they'd go home and they'd play it, and they'd get more sales off of it. So, I mean, I've never seen another company do anything like that before. Blizzard was a pioneer with that sort of stuff. I thought that, you know, other people should definitely take advantage, other companies should take advantage of that, because I saw firsthand that it led to sales of their system or of their game. And I personally don't understand why anybody would want to, you know, limit how many people buy their games. So that was always a little bit confusing to me. And now they've just gone and removed LANs altogether. So, you know, you can't play with your friends anymore. You can't really play with anybody anymore unless you're on the internet. And if you don't have a stable internet connection, or, you know, you just, you know, have people who, you know, live near you that you want to play with, it makes it really difficult, because you can't, you know, have a party, invite your friends over and play video games anymore. No, you have to, you know, send them home and have them play on... Oops, did I do that wrong? Oh. Herpin' and derpin'. You know, you gotta send your friends home, and that's lame. So, I mean, maybe I'm a little bit old school, because, you know, nobody just LANs anymore. Everybody plays on the internet, but still, you know? I think the reason why people don't LAN anymore is because, you can't LAN anymore. It's just not a thing. And, you know, even the what is it, the Major League Gaming, they've had huge problems with this system that Blizzard set up. And I remember reading on like Kotaku or something like that it had ruined a couple of their Major League matches. And I know in Korea, StarCraft is huge, and they've had problems as well because, you know, Blizzard's BattleNet servers will go down and the game will end, and then all of a sudden, you know, oh, you're trying to do a competition? Oh, well, that sucks because you just lost your game. It was so bad that I guess Blizzard had to actually provide an update where, set it off, where the game would actually let you resume from like a recording or something like that. So, but that just seems really silly when they could have just avoided the whole thing in the first place and just added in LAN support. So it's kind of silly in my opinion, but you know, it's unfortunate, and a lot of people may not agree, but big, huge developers seem like they're kind of going by the wayside a little bit. I was just reading the other day how the new Medal of Honor game or something like that is going to be $70, and I was completely taken aback because, I mean, you know, I'm still from an era where games cost $50, you know, for your AAA titles and things like that. But $70, you know, $60, like, you know, forget it. I always wait till they go on sale. But $70, freaking forget it, man. It's way too much. I mean, yeah, the production values on these things are huge, but when you look at it, the games actually aren't that good. I've played very, very few games that I've actually considered that were, you know, worth my money. Most of them leave me disappointed and not really wanting to spend that kind of cash on, you know, a subpar, pretty looking, but subpar as far as gameplay goes, piece of software. So I hope that they realize soon that, you know, everybody is, you know, they're onto them. You know, developers and, you know, publishers like EA, they can't just keep punching out the same crap. You know, yeah, people are gonna still buy it, but they're not happy about it. You know, a lot of developers really need to take a look at themselves and realize that they need to start making fun games. You know, I mean, look at Minecraft. Minecraft is not exactly the prettiest game in the world, but it's got an immense gameplay and replay value that no other game has offered. Oh, I forgot this one over here. Let's put some dirt down here. So, you know, we're going to keep playing this game because we find it fun. And I feel like a lot of the developers, they kind of miss that point. You know, it's not about how it looks. It's not about, you know, anything else. It's about how it plays. You know, we want good quality games that are fun to play. And Square Enix is absolutely probably the guiltiest party in this. Oh, Enderman down there. You know, me and Darren are huge fans of the Final Fantasy series, and for a very, very long time, the Final Fantasy series has been going down, 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 because Square has been focusing on too much on how it looks and less on how it plays, which is an absolute travesty, because a lot of the older games, you know, they don't look good by today's standards, but they're so much fun. Final Fantasy, you know, 6, Final Fantasy 9, 8 even, those are just fantastic games that, you know, we still play on a regular basis because they are fun. They don't look good, but they're fun. And that seems, oh, this just got undone. Let's go ahead and put the water in here. What am I going to do? I'm going to craft my water. Yeah, that's genius. But yeah, you know, putting in, you know, fun things is definitely going to be something that companies are going to have to do from now on, because it's just the whole pretty is not, it's not going to fly anymore. It's not working. You know, if you want us to pay $70 for a game, you know, you damn well better put $70 worth of, you know, fun in it. So there we go. That should take care of that. Oh, put this back here until these last couple. Ah! I seem to have fallen in a hole. Alright. There it goes. Till these, till that. Alright, it's looking good. Alright, so this is ready to go. Just need to wait for these to hydrate. And melon seeds, pumpkin seeds, and iron bars. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant the seeds and then put the iron bars down the middle here. And the iron bar is going to keep these things from flying away. There we go. So all the seeds go in the middle, in between the buds. There we go. Pumpkin. One single pumpkin. Alright, and we got 8 bone meal. Because we don't want to wait for these to grow. That's just takes way too long. Go. Boo. And all these will hydrate eventually. There we go. Alright, and last but not least, iron bars. Oops. There we go. Alright, there we go. Get some chicken. Nom nom. Alright, so there you go. That is our melon farm. Oop, it's raining. So, yeah, alright, it's working. So I have managed to build a redstone contraption, and we'll work on this eventually, and it'll be work on making it a lot prettier. Damn, I'm just falling in holes left and right today. This tree's falling apart. I need to get more wood planks or wood blocks on here. But there you go. And if you guys have any questions, you want to build this yourself, we'll try our best to help you out. But that's all we're going to do for today. Next time we're going to try working on a blaze farm to get more experience, because waiting for 1.3 is just taking way too long. So that's probably what we'll do next time, but no promises. So again, if you guys like this, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment and questions if you guys have questions about this. Other than that, you guys take care. We'll see you next time.